I want you to remember the sound of a rusty door hinge. Creak? You know that sound? 5 years ago, that wasn't a sound I heard from my garden gate. That was the sound I heard inside my own body every time I tried to get out of bed. My knees popped, my hips ground together, my lower back felt like someone had poured concrete into my spine while I slept. I remember one specific Tuesday morning. It was raining. The damp cold was getting into my bones. I sat on the edge of my bed for 20 minutes, staring at my shoes. I wasn't staring at them because I was admiring them. I was staring at them because I was trying to build up the mental courage to bend down and tie them. The pain wasn't just physical, it was humiliating. I was a former coach. I was supposed to be the strong one. And there I was, defeated by a shoelace. I went to the doctor. He looked at my x-rays, shrugged, and said the words that make my blood boil to this day. "Well, Robert, what do you expect? You're getting older. Take some ibuprofen and learn to live with it." Learn to live with it. That is a life sentence. It means give up. I refuse to accept that. I refuse to believe that the human body, this miracle of engineering, is designed to just fall apart after 60. So I went back to the books. I dug into the research on rehabilitation, astronaut training, and geriatric physiology. And I found something. I found a loophole in the nervous system, a way to build steel-strong muscles without grinding the joints. I started doing one specific type of exercise. It wasn't running, it wasn't lifting heavy weights, it wasn't yoga. Within 3 weeks, I tied my shoes without thinking. Within 3 months, I was hiking again. Today, I don't have joint pain. Not because I have young joints, but because I learned how to support them. Today, I'm going to share that secret with you. It's called isometrics, and specifically one move that saved my life. Before I show you the move, we need to understand why you are in pain right now. You have probably heard the phrase, motion is lotion. People tell you, you have arthritis, you need to move more. So what do? You go for a walk, you climb stairs. But here's the problem. If your joints are already damaged, if the cartilage is worn down bone on bone, then movement isn't lotion. Movement is sandpaper. Every time you bend that inflamed knee, you are grinding the surfaces together. You are creating more inflammation. The brain senses this pain and says, "Stop, danger." So the brain shuts down the muscles around the joint to protect it. Your quad muscles get weaker. Your glutes fall asleep. And because the muscles are weak, there is more pressure on the joint. So you have more pain. It is a vicious cycle. Pain leads to weakness. Weakness leads to more pain. Traditional exercise, walking, squatting, lunging, often makes it worse because it requires you to move the damaged joint under load. We need a way to strengthen the muscle without moving the joint. We need to tighten the bolts without stripping the screw. That is where isometrics come in. What is an isometric exercise? Iso means same. Metric means length. It means tensing a muscle without changing its length. Think about pushing against a brick wall. You are pushing with 100% of your effort. Your muscles are shaking, your heart is pumping, but is the wall moving? No. Is your joint moving? No. Are you building strength? Absolutely. This is the magic. When you do an isometric hold, you can activate nearly 100% of your muscle fibers, but there is zero grinding in the joint, zero friction. It is the safest way to train on Earth. But here is the best part, and this is what the researchers found. Isometric exercise is a natural painkiller. When you hold a strong contraction for 30 to 45 seconds, your brain releases chemicals that actually numb the pain signals in that tendon. It's called the analgesic effect. So not only are we building the brace around your joint, but we're also turning down the volume knob on your pain. I used this principle to create the invisible chair protocol. This is the one exercise that targets the knees, the hips, and the core all at once. I want you to find a sturdy wall in your house. A hallway is perfect. Make sure the floor isn't slippery. Wear shoes with good grip, or do this barefoot on a carpet. Do not do this in socks on a wooden floor. We're going to perform the wall support hold. Now, some of you might know this as a wall sit, but I don't like that name. Sit implies relaxing. We are not relaxing, we are working. Level 1, the high hold, for beginners and high pain. Walk up to the wall, lean your back flat against it. Step your feet out about 12 to 18 inches from the wall, feet shoulder width apart. Now slide your back down the wall just a little bit, maybe 3 or 4 inches. Your knees should be almost straight, just a tiny bend. Now here is the secret sauce. Don't just hang there. I want you to drive your heels into the floor and try to push the wall backward with your back. Imagine you are trying to push the house over. Squeeze your thigh muscles. Put your hands on your thighs. Are they hard? They should feel like rock. Hold this tension. You are safe. The wall has you. Your joints are not bending, but your muscles are firing. Hold for 30 seconds. Breathe. Do not hold your breath. Then push yourself up and walk it off. Level 2, the working angle, for strengthening. Once level 1 feels easy, we go deeper. Slide down until your knees are bent at about 45 degrees. You are still not at 90 degrees like a chair. 45 degrees is the sweet spot for knee health. Again, press the heels down, squeeze the glutes, press the lower back into the wall. You should feel a burn in the front of your thighs. That burn, that is medicine. That burn is blood flow rushing into the area, bringing nutrients to heal the tissues. Embrace the shake. If your legs shake, let them shake. That is your nervous system waking up.
Now I hear you. Robert, I can't stand against a wall. My knees are too bad. Or maybe you are in a wheelchair, or you just don't trust your balance yet. I have not forgotten you. You can get 80% of the benefit sitting right in your favorite chair. Here is the seated leg lock. Sit in a sturdy chair. Scoot to the edge so your back is not touching the backrest. Extend one leg out straight, heel on the floor. Now lock that knee out straight. Flex your toes up toward your nose. I want you to tighten the thigh muscle, the quadriceps, as hard as you possibly can. Imagine you are trying to crush a walnut under your knee. Squeeze. Squeeze harder. Poke the muscle with your finger. Is it soft? Make it hard. Hold that squeeze for 10 seconds. Release. Do 10 reps on the right leg, 10 reps on the left. This pumps fluid into the knee cartilage without grinding it. It's like oiling a hinge without opening the door. So, how do we turn this into a cure? Random exercise gives random results. We need a prescription. Here is your routine for the next 30 days. The 3-minute joint rescue. I want you to do this once a day, preferably in the morning to grease the joints for the day ahead. Minute 1, warm up. March in place gently or rub your knees with your hands to generate heat. Minute 2, the wall support hold or seated leg lock. Do 3 rounds. Hold for 30 to 45 seconds, rest for 30 seconds between holds. Minute 3, the walk-off. Walk around your living room for 1 minute. Notice how your legs feel. Do they feel lighter? Do they feel more stable? That's it. 3 minutes. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need spandex. You just need a wall and the will to get better.
A critical warning before you start. You need to know the difference between hurt and harm. When you do this, your muscles will burn. That is good pain. That is the feeling of weakness leaving the body. However, if you feel a sharp, stabbing pain inside the joint, like a needle or a knife, that is bad pain. If you feel sharp pain, stop immediately. Adjust your angle. Maybe you slid down too far? Come up a bit higher. Maybe your feet are too close to the wall. Step them out further. Find the angle where the muscles burn, but the joints are silent. That is your safe zone. Stay in the safe zone. Over weeks and months, your safe zone will get bigger and bigger. I want to address the psychological side of chronic pain. When you are in pain for years, you start to identify with it. You become the person with bad knees. You start to make your world smaller. You say no to the family trip. You say no to the garden. You say no to playing on the floor with the grandkids. You build a prison of comfort. But comfort is a trap.
Comfort makes you fragile. This one exercise, it is not just about building muscle. It is about building trust. The first time you hold that wall sit for 45 seconds, your legs will scream. But when you stand up, you will realize something powerful. I am stronger than I thought. You are proving to yourself that your body is not a broken machine. It is just a deconditioned machine, and conditioning can be fixed. I want you to start keeping a victory log. Don't write down your pain, write down your wins. Today, I held for 40 seconds. Today, I walked to the mailbox without limping. Today, I tied my shoes and didn't think about it. Focus on what you can do, and what you can do will expand.
I know there are some of you watching this, arms crossed, thinking, Robert, this sounds too simple. My doctor said I need surgery. How can a wall sit fix bone-on-bone arthritis? Listen, I am not saying this will grow back cartilage that is gone. I am not a magician. But here is the truth. The joint is just the hinge. The muscles are the pulleys and levers that control the hinge. If you have bone on bone, your margin for error is zero. But if you build massive strength in the muscles surrounding that bone on bone joint, the muscles take the load. The muscles become the shock absorbers. I have clients with severe arthritis who ski, hike, and dance. Their x-rays still look terrible, but their function is fantastic. Don't treat the x-ray, treat the person, treat the potential. So here is my challenge to you. Don't just watch this video and nod your head. As soon as this video ends, I want you to find a wall. Try it, even for 10 seconds. Feel that connection. Feel your quads waking up from their slumber. That feeling, that is the feeling of taking your power back. Pain does not have to be your boss. You are the boss. If this video spoke to you, if you're tired of the pills and the learn to live with it advice, please subscribe. I am building a community here of people who refuse to go quietly into old age. We are the anti-aging army. And in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly what to eat to lower the inflammation in those joints, because you can't out-train a bad diet. I'm Robert. Find your wall, reclaim your life. I'll see you soon.